This month, Uranus, the Great Awakener, turns to retrograde motion. Pluto, the Great Transformer, retrogrades back into Capricorn. And we have a full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces, last sign of the zodiac. All of this, an empowered moment and more in my new intuitive energy forecast for the month of September 2024. Stay tuned. Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, starseed astrologer and spiritual messenger from Sacred Soul Empowerment. We're doing the energy forecast for the month of September. Can you believe that we are already 3/4 of the way through this year? For this month's collective reading, we're going to be using the Syrian Starseed Tarot by Patricia Corey and Alyssa Bartha. This is going to be the main message for everyone. Your special message card this month, depending on your stone of choice, is going to be coming from the Gateway of Light Activation deck by Kyle Gray. So before we get into looking at your stones of choice or talking about the astrology for this month, let's go ahead, settle in, and do an empowered moment. So close your eyes, relax your body, clear your mind of all thoughts, and just be present in the here and now, listening to the sound of my voice, sitting with your feet flat on the floor or the ground if that's possible. Making sure that your hands are gently relaxing in your lap with palms facing the sky or the ceiling. Being in that receptive, open mode to universe, source God, great spirit, all that is. Taking a deep breath in, breathing in the essence of spirit that's all around you. Perhaps you see it as golden white light, or you feel it as a magical energy, or you just know that you're surrounded with this golden white light of unconditional love, guidance, protection, and healing. And take in a deep breath, imagining having the intention that you're breathing in this magical, protective, golden white light, breathing it into every cell of your body. And as you exhale, letting go of all that your body, mind, and soul no longer needs. And one of the highlights for this month of September is that we have a full moon lunar eclipse in the last sign of the zodiac, Pisces. Full moons are about releasing, healing, letting go. It's a completion phase. And with Pisces being the last sign of the zodiac, it's a karmic clearing from the weeks that preceded it of all that you no longer need to hold on to, of all that you no longer need to carry, of all that is no longer in your highest and best interest as you move forward in your evolution and growth on your highest soul's destiny path. So breathe in that intention very deeply into every cell of your body, and again, hold the intention as you exhale that you're releasing, letting go, purging, transmuting, transcending all lower vibrational energies, patterns, situations, circumstances, relationships, emotions that are no longer in your highest and best interest to be connected to. Breathing in again, breathing in the healing energy of the higher spiritual realms. surrendering as you exhale, allowing whatever shifts or changes or redirections that are needed for you, for your soul, to occur in divine timing. One last deep breath, exhaling. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and return to this time and place and space. So let's go ahead and take a look at your stones of choice for this month's reading. Our first stone of choice is called calligraphy stone. Now this has a lot of different names to it. It actually is called elephant jasper, it's called Miriam stone, it's called cobra jasper. I like to call it calligraphy stone because you can see that there's all these kind of like little squiggly lines, like calligraphy, going through this stone. There's a lot of vibrant gold energy that relates to the solar plexus chakra, your center of personal power, confidence, courage, take charge ability, leadership ability, self-assuredness. But it's in this base of this kind of brown stone, so it has this sense of grounding you to Earth Mother Gaia. And at the same time that it's grounding you to Earth Mother Gaia, this calligraphy stone actually also assists in connecting to your Akashic records. That's why it's called the calligraphy stone. It's this ancient kind of code, this ancient wisdom and knowledge, these ancient messages from your higher soul self, from your own Akashic records that can be tapped into. Okay, your second stone of choice is actually a pair of labradorite stones. You can see that these ones reflect kind of a blue tint. Labradorite is a gray stone, but it can reflect this kind of indigo colored blue. Sometimes it reflects a green energy. Sometimes it even reflects a gold energy. This one, or this pair, actually has a lot of that indigo blue. So this is activating the throat chakra for channeling, clairaudience, and speaking your truth with authenticity. And of course, because it's a gray stone, it helps to also ground you. But these labradorite pieces are also known to be connected to the cosmos, to the stars, to the universe, and to your otherworldly brothers and sisters of the highest vibration of light, your star brothers and sisters. Now, I decided to show you both of these as a pair, as a message to draw in, magnetize, or connect you to souls of like-mindedness, like your soul tribe. It could be a soul mate. Now, soul mate could be romantic, could be friendship, could be even business-wise a soul mate, somebody that you consider family. But this to me is connecting with other people of like mind in your soul tribe. And then the last stone of choice, this is a selenite wand. And selenite is a very high vibrational energy. You can almost kind of feel it here through the camera. It's this beautiful, opaque, white, iridescent sort of colored light. This is a wand, so it has the ability to kind of focus the energy. You can use it to clear your own aura. You can use it to set an intention and focus that out to the universe with the wand. Selenite is known to connect with the higher angelic realms and your higher intuition. And it's also great for kind of clearing away lower attachments or lower energies. So again, your stones of choice for this month are the calligraphy stone or calligraphy jasper, the pair of labradorite stones, or the selenite wand. So as you're thinking about that, let's talk about the numerology vibration for the month of September. So We are in the year 2024, which adds up to an 8 universal year. And to figure out the numerology vibration of any month, we're going to take the universal year energy, which for this year is an 8, and we're going to add it to the let's see if I can talk, the number of the month in question. Okay, so this is the 9th month of the year. September is the 9th month. So we're going to add the number 9 to the number 8 universal year, and we get the number 17. Now, we can reduce that down. 1 plus 7 is an 8. So we're in an 8 universal month in an 8 universal year. And of course, we just went through in August the 888 Lion's Gate. So we know that 8 is a number of empowerment. It's a number of balance of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. It's the number on an earthly level that deals with career path, life path, destiny path. It does relate to money and finances. It relates to leadership and owning your own inner authority. It also deals with responsibility. Being your authentic self and owning that sense of responsibility for your path forward, for the choices and decisions you're making. But again, it's this balance of masculine and feminine. It's that dragon energy, that powerhouse of energy, which is why it deals with taking back your power, owning your power, and being empowered. So if we look at the number 17, right, because 9 plus 8 is that 17, the double digit, it's not a master number, it's not a karmic number, but we can look at the 17th Major Arcana in the tarot, and this is the star card, and the star card vibrates for this year 2024 to the month of September. Now, last month in October, we did have a karmic number. We had karmic number 16, the number that precedes number 17, right? And the 16th Major Arcana was the Tower card. So you might have found, some of you out there, that in August, the Tower came toppling down. The Tower represents this sense of security and safety and structures in your life. And in the Tower tarot card, it's shown crumbling down and lightning bolt hitting it, and sometimes it's on fire, and sometimes people are jumping out of the building or falling out of the building. So kind of like what you felt was solid, secure, stable might have had a jolt of reality, might have had an surprising redirection or change that happened. And again, that structure came toppling down, but it's so a new structure, a new and better structure can be built. So now we're in the star card energy for September. And this is about our hopes and dreams and wishes, our vision for the future. What do we want to create? It's also about being connected to the stars, universe, your star family, your higher soul self, reaching for the stars, right? So we're reaching for the highest expression of who we are. We're connecting with our higher soul self. We're activating these light codes and star codes, which actually began in August with the 888 Lion's Gate. But now we're moving forward in this particular star card. There's an Egyptian kind of god or goddess here, and they're kind of floating forward through the universe, reaching for this highest vision, this highest expression of who they are. What is your hopes, your dreams, your wishes? Here's kind of like this magic staff that they're holding as they connect to their star family, their star brothers and sisters, or even your angels and guides, those of the higher spiritual realms, in order to move forward, to see the big vision, feel the big vision, experience the next step towards the big vision of what this star card represents. So that's a little bit about the numerology vibration for the month. Let's talk about some of the astrological highlights of the month. We're not going to talk about everything. That'll be in the weekly intuitive energy forecast. But on the very first day of September, there's two major things happening, actually. The first is that Uranus, the Great Awakener, Uranus rules the unexpected, change, future. It rules higher wisdom and knowledge. It rules claircognizance and opening up to messages of higher vision from universe or source. And Uranus is turning to retrograde motion on the 1st of September at 27 degrees of Taurus. Now it's going to be retrograde until January 30th. And it doesn't move very fast. It's only going to retrograde back, just a couple, 3 degrees or so. By the time we get to the end of January, it turns back to direct motion. So when it's at a standstill, getting ready to turn retrograde, when it's at a standstill, the end of January, getting ready to turn back to direct motion, is when its energies are the most heightened. And again, with Uranus, it's about expecting the unexpected. It's about change. It's about freedom. It's about liberation. It's about sudden shifts in your reality. Now, it is in Taurus, and it has been in Taurus for over 6 years. It spends 7 years in each sign of the zodiac, so it's getting towards the end of its movement through Taurus. But with this change and redirection or surprise energy, it can deal with things that are ruled by Taurus, which happens to be personal resources, money, finances, your time, your efforts, your gifts. Those are all your personal resources. Now, this is on a collective level, so we might find something that shifts or changes with banking, for instance, with our monetary system, with our earth resources, because Taurus is an earth sign, so it can deal with the environment or earthly resources, the land, and things of that nature. In fact, Uranus is known to be like the lightning bolt and shake things up. So we might actually witness an increase, for instance, in some earthquakes or earth changes that are going on around the 1st of September, give or take a few days on either side. Now, the other thing that happens on the 1st of September is that Pluto, another slow-moving planet that's known as the planet of transformation and regeneration, the planet of death and rebirth, it's currently retrograde, but it's retrograding back from Aquarius into Capricorn. Now, this is a big deal because this is the last time in our lifetimes that Pluto is going to be in the sign of Capricorn, and it's going to last from the 1st of September through somewhere around the middle of November before it goes back into Aquarius, and there it will stay again for the rest of our lifetimes as it moves very, very slowly. It takes varied years for Pluto to move through a sign of the zodiac. Sometimes it's 12 years in a sign. Sometimes it's up to like 20 years in a sign. So just know that it's going to be in Aquarius for quite a long time. And that's going to help to transform us to the age of Aquarius. I mean, I know we've been in that transition phase anyway, but Aquarius, right, is the sign we're talking about. The age of Aquarius, fifth dimensional, higher dimensional paradigm. And Pluto's been going back and forth between Capricorn, which rules the old patriarchal system, people that are in power and control, big banking, politics, that kind of thing. And it's been going back and forth between that and Aquarius, which is more of the humanitarian sign, the sign of the collective, the sign of collaboration, the sign of how do we make the world a better place and how do we help and support all of our brothers and sisters of humanity. So this is a really big deal. Now again, Pluto's retrograding back into Capricorn on the 1st of September till actually it's November 19th before it goes back into Aquarius. This is right during the United States election time. That's all I'm going to say about that. So it's like the one last hurrah, if you will, of the third dimensional patriarchal system that's occurring. There's going to be a lot of transition going on right now because Pluto rules the underworld. Pluto rules things that are hidden. Pluto rules things that have been kept a secret from us. Pluto rules kind of what's underneath the surface that needs to be kind of exposed. So that's going on. And also on the 2nd, the very next day, we have a new moon in the sign of Virgo. So it's at 11 degrees Virgo. New moons are about new beginnings, fresh starts, initiations. It's in the sign of the Virgin or the Maiden. So it's this perfection and purity sort of energy. Now, Virgo is a sign also of analysis and logic, using our logical mind to think things through, to look at the details, to understand the little things that are happening, crossing the T's, dotting the I's. Virgo is also about recalibration or reintegration. It's like collecting those lost soul pieces from other lifetimes, from the traumas that we've incurred throughout all of our lifetime existences. And Virgo likes to take all those little pieces, right? It deals with the details, and put them into a state of wholeness again. It's like putting the pieces of a puzzle together, finding all your soul pieces, calling them back to you, reintegrating them so that a healing can take place. So that could be part of what the new beginning is about on the 2nd and for the next couple of weeks after that. On the 4th of September, we have Mars, the warrior planet of energy, action, and forward movement, moving into Cancer. And this is going to be the energy until November 13th. Mars will be in Cancer until November 13th. Now, Mars is a fiery, passionate, forward-moving, reactive planet. And it's going to be in this water sign of Cancer. It's going to be watered down. And Cancer is very intuitive and empathic and nurturing, and it deals with home and family. So Mars isn't the most comfortable there. And a little FYI, once it does next month, October, go into the sign of Leo, which is the next sign of the zodiac, it's actually going to start a retrograde motion and retrograde back into Cancer and be in Cancer until after the new year. So it's going to be in Cancer on and off for a really long time. It's going to be activating and energizing, because that's what Mars does. It activates and energizes whatever sign it's in. So we're activating and energizing, putting energy towards home, family, living situations, emotions, emotional healing, empathy, empathic connections with other people, caretaking, self-care. All of these things are going to be what Mars is putting his energy into. And then on the 8th of September, Mercury, ruler of the mental realm, of our thoughts, ideas, perceptions, and communications, is going back into Virgo. Remember, in August, Mercury went retrograde, and it started out at 4 degrees of Virgo. It retrograded back to 21 degrees of Leo. It went direct at the end of August. And now it's going back into Virgo on September 8th, where it's going to be until September 26th. So before the end of this month, we're going to have another sign change with Mercury. But Mercury in Virgo, that's its home sign. So again, logic, practicality, details, analysis, looking at all of the little things and putting those pieces of the puzzle together. It's, weighing I want to say weighing the pros and cons, but that might be more when it goes into Libra. But it's definitely making lists. It's like, what do I need to get done? What are the tasks that I need to get done and do? What's the next step? And so Mercury in Virgo is going to be quite productive during this time. And then we go to, this is the big thing for this month of September. September 16th, we have a full moon lunar eclipse at 25 degrees of Pisces. So this starts eclipse season again, the second eclipse season of 2024. Full moons are about endings, healing, releasing, letting go, completion of some sort of cycle. And this one is a big deal because at 25 degrees Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. Pisces does rule the spiritual realm and our past lives and things unseen and things intangible. So I feel like this is really clearing out and completing old karmic patterns. It's completing situations and circumstances in our lives that are no longer needed for us to carry on that next step as we move forward in our evolution and growth. So there's going to be a lot kind of clearing out here from that point and until after the new moon solar eclipse, which actually occurs on October 2nd. So just into October is where we have the second eclipse, which is more about the new beginnings, and it will occur in the sign of Libra. And so that's about partnerships, relationships, balance with other people in our lives, and balance within ourselves as well. Then on the 22nd of September, the sun moves into Libra, sign of partnerships, until October 22nd. Also on September 22nd, Venus makes a sign shift as well. Venus is moving out of her home sign of Libra, and Venus is about love and relationships, as well as money and finances and values and self-worth. She's moving out of Libra and moving into Scorpio, where she's going to be until October, it looks like I put down October 17th here. So Venus rules the divine feminine archetype. She's going into this powerful sign of Scorpio. So she's going to be taking her power back, owning her power. She's going to be quite magnetic in the sign of Scorpio. She'll be able to magnetize blessings to her because Venus does rule blessings as well. So this is where, excuse me, we can really bring in what it is our intentions are all about. Excuse me. All right, and then we round out the month on the 26th of September with Mercury, ruler of the mental realm, making that next sign change, going into Libra, joining the sun in that sign of relationships, balance, harmony. So again, the highlights are the 1st of September with Uranus turning retrograde, Pluto retrograding back into Capricorn, and then the 16th with that full moon lunar eclipse in the last sign of the zodiac. So let's go ahead and take a look at the messages from our angels and guides for the month. All right, the first card here is the Ace of Crystals. Now, aces are always about new beginnings. It's the initiation of some sort of new energy. And here, the suit of crystals in this deck is like the suit of Earth, the suit of Pentacles, which is about tangible new beginnings. Things in our lives that are kind of a third dimensional reality, like job, career, finances, money, home, family, relationships. Those are the things that we deal with in everyday life, right? Those tangible things. So there definitely feels like there's a new beginning here. And I feel like with this particular card that we're going to have some crystal clarity about something. Now I feel like this is Uranus right on the 1st of the month turning to retrograde motion, because Uranus can bring revelations and aha moments. And Uranus does rule claircognizance, where we just, have revealed to us this higher wisdom and knowledge that kind of just flashes through our mind or jumps into our mental body, so to speak. So crystal clarity and a new beginning with that clarity, new beginnings with these revelations, new beginning with, again, these tangible aspects of life. And remember, Uranus is in Taurus. Taurus does rule personal resources like money and finances. And the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Crystals, could be a new beginning in our reality with money. There's something, a new way to do something, a new way to create more income, or a new change or redirection with income. With Uranus, you expect the unexpected, but you don't know if that's going to be a positive thing or kind of like a scary thing. I don't want to say negative, because nothing that ever happens is negative. It just might seem in the moment that it's not positive, but really it's redirecting us all of a sudden to a new and better way. And so that's the way you need to look at this, whatever this might represent. All right, let's look at card number 2. Card number 2 is Major Arcana 2. This is called Higher Self in this deck. Now, in the traditional tarot, this is the Priestess card. So I think we had the Priestess in one of the last couple of weeks for the weekly reading as well. So the Priestess is coming up quite a bit lately these days. And the Priestess, of course, is a divine feminine energy, but I always think of her as being so powerful and tapped in and tuned in and in her power. So it almost feels like there's a nice balance of the masculine energy with the Priestess. Now, with this rendition, we've got the higher self. This is tapping into your higher self, tapping into your inner guide, listening to the messages that you're receiving with all of your different clairs, listening to that gut feeling and gut reaction. She's actually standing in water, and water does represent the emotions, our empathic abilities and connections, and again, intuition and psychic abilities and healing abilities too. Interesting, we've got a big full moon here in the background, which you often might see with the Priestess anyway. So I feel like, again, that full moon lunar eclipse is being highlighted, where if we tap into our higher self, if we tap into our higher intuition, we're going to be receiving some sort of messages that are very, very important. Now, also this particular Priestess card or higher self card, she's holding the book of the Akashic Records. And one of our stones for this month was the calligraphy stone, right? Which can connect us to the Akashic Records. In fact, I think any of the 3 different choices of stones could actually connect us with the Akashic Records, to be honest. But again, during that full moon lunar eclipse, the connection to your Akashic Records of other lifetimes and other lifetime experiences, or other parallel life experiences, or other worldly or other dimensional experiences. I feel like, again, there's a big healing, clearing, releasing, purging that can take place, and a need for, again, this deeper empathy towards yourself, deeper understanding of maybe what these patterns in your life, or what this repeating cycle in your life from other lifetimes might have been all about. It's like we want to release it and let it go, but it's best to have an awareness and understanding of why it was there in the first place. So really ask to merge with your higher self, tune into the higher messages, activate all of your clairs, your claircognizance, your clairvoyance, your clairaudience, which is the ears and the throat, and your clairsentience, which is heart chakra. So we've got clear knowing, clairvoyance, clairaudience, channeling, and clairsentience. Okay? All right. Very universal energy there in the background too. So the universe is supporting you with this cleanse, purge, release that's going on. Let's look at the last card. Okay, well, another Major Arcana. It's Major Arcana 1. So we went from Major Arcana 2, the Priestess, or the higher self, to Major Arcana 1, which is the Magician card in the traditional tarot. In this deck, it's called Indigo, like the indigo child that's pictured here, right? Now, the traditional Magician card is about you having the magical co-creative abilities with Creator to create your own reality. So you've got all the tools, all the gifts, all the potentials, all the talents within you to be able to intend, visualize, express, manifest what it is that you desire. What's the next thing that you desire? It's kind of like that vision, right? The star card, which is over here, that rules the whole month of September, which rules your hopes, dreams, and visions for the future, right? What is your hopes, dreams, and visions for the future? Well, here's the Magician, the indigo child here, getting ready to help you manifest what those are. Again, we've got this kind of universal cosmos energy in the background, just like we do with the Priestess here. It's even closer in the Magician card. Now, what is an indigo, right? You, as an adult, might be an indigo child, but maybe we also have a younger generational person in our lives that is an indigo child. Now, indigos are those that buck the system. They don't like rules, they don't like regulations, they don't like being told what to do, they buck authority, they try to find a better way, right? They want everyone to be equal, they want to understand, they don't want to just be told, do this, do that, it's what you have to do, it's what you've always done or what we've always done. They don't accept that. They want to know, why is that what's being told of me? Why is that something we've always done? How can we make this better? And, again, they don't like that patriarchal system that we've been operating under for a long, long time, to have just a few people in power telling other people what to do and how to live and how to be. So that's what an indigo child or indigo adult is kind of all about, is like bucking the system, owning their power, saying no, setting boundaries, and finding a new way. So be the indigo, but be the magician as well. And this indigo is holding a crystal again. So it's interesting. We had the Ace of Crystals with crystal clear clarity at the first card. And we've got the indigo holding what looks like a rounded, faceted, clear quartz crystal again, for, again, this crystal clear clarity of what your vision is for the future. All right, let's see what your message is from your angels and guides, depending on your stone of choice. So the first stone of choice was the calligraphy stone. So for those of you that chose the calligraphy stone as your special stone of choice, special message for calligraphy stone people. And this one's calling my attention. Third eye activation. Okay, so clairvoyance activation, clear vision activation. We could even say your imagination activation, sort of like the indigo or the magician, right? The magician visualizes what he wants to create. And so this is what's happening with your third eye activation here. Interesting too, even the priestess card is about that third eye activation, activating your psychic abilities and connection to your higher soul self. It says at the bottom, brow chakra, inner vision, and clear seeing. So your spirit guides really want you to tune in with what your vision is, what is your dream, and really see it. See it in a colorful way, see it in detail, and then send that out to the universe, right? Activate it here, because that's the first part of the manifestation process, is to see it here, imagine it. And it might be through your dream time, but it might also be through your waking time. And once we have that clear vision, once we activate that third eye, we can send that intention, that vision, through the portal here and send it out to the universe. Send it out to the universe where the light of the sun metaphorically can shine upon it and activate it, right? The sun to me is an activator. So it's activating your vision. You might even want to do this exercise outside in the sunlight somewhere out in nature, maybe where there's some quiet time or alone time that you have. And then you can again visualize your vision, send it out to the universe, maybe facing the sun, letting the sun shine on your face and activate that vision. Okay, let's put that back in the deck in case somebody else gets it. The second stone of choice was the pair of labradorite pieces. So special message for the month of September for labradorite people. Okay, this one's calling my attention here. Ooh, Akashic Records, you guys. We've been talking about the Akashic Records, and you guys got the Akashic Records. It says at the bottom, clearing old stories, releasing past lives, and freedom. Freedom from, again, those lower energies and patterns and belief systems and emotions and experiences that you no longer need to carry with you. Now, I feel like if you can tap into, now whether or not you feel like you can tap into the Akashic Records, you can tap into the Akashic Records. Okay, so just trust that you can. Ask your angels and guides to help you with it. and maybe do some writing and journaling, because what I'm getting here is that you need to rewrite your story. What's in the Akashic records maybe is something that has occurred in past lives and a pattern that you brought forward into this life, something that might keep repeating itself. But with this full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces, you want to clear that out. And what's the best way to clear out an old pattern is to rewrite the pattern. So I feel like you need to actually put pen to paper and write your new Akashic records, like write the new story, right? Because it says clearing old stories. Replace it with a new story and write it out. Even if you're not a writer, if that's not your thing necessarily, is to journal, take the time for 5 or 10 minutes and do that. Maybe you can do that for 5 minutes a day for a week or something around that full moon lunar eclipse. And just rewrite your story. There's a lot of gold and orange and even the purple in this card, right? So we've got the higher vibrational energies of the crown chakra, the vision, the knowledge, the wisdom. We've got the personal power, the confidence, the courage of the yellow with the solar plexus chakra. And we've got this creative, passionate, emotional expression of the sacral chakra here. So utilize those 3 chakra energies specifically when you're rewriting your story. I love this card. That's so awesome. Let's put that back in the deck in case somebody else gets that. The last stone of choice is the selenite wand. So selenite wand people. Special message for selenite. Nothing's jumping out yet, so I'm going to just shuffle a little bit more. Selenite wand, special message for the month of September. This one's calling my attention here. Oh no, it's the Akashic records again, I swear. That is so awesome. Okay, so everything I said for the Labradorite people, it's also true for the selenite people. Now, interestingly enough, remember the calligraphy stone, which was the first one with the third eye activation? The calligraphy stone is specifically got an energy about connecting to the Akashic records. And the pair of Labradorite stones and the selenite stones, you both got the Akashic records card. So Akashic records is a big deal for everybody this month. So everything I said for the Labradorite is going to connect with the selenite, clearing old stories, releasing past lives, freedom. It's time to free yourself from these heavier energies and patterns that you no longer need to carry. Maybe some of you know what your past lives are. You take that image, that vision, if you do know what they are, and give it to an angel. It doesn't matter if it's a guardian angel or if you're connected to a particular archangel, and just say, okay, I'm ready to give this past life energy to you to transmute it so that I can release it, so that I can transcend that pattern, that energy, and move on to something lighter and brighter. So again, I would tell you to rewrite your story, all of you. Rewrite your story in your own Akashic records. Pretend you're authoring a book, and the book is My Akashic Records. And then write out how you want your life from this point forward to unfold, how you want it to look, feel, and be experienced by you. All right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you at the next monthly or the next weekly. Thank you for your love and support. And I will see you on the flip side. Blessings of love and light, everyone. Namaste.